consecutively. I mean, now that it's been a day after, what's like the feelings coming off the podium?
I've been very joyful. I've had a lot of energy today. I did like 3 hours of media over at the Adidas house, and I think they were pretty shocked to see how much energy I had, seeing as they've seen a lot of world medalists come through, and they've probably been low on the energy just from how busy everything has been. But no, this isn't my first rodeo, but it still feels like my first. Getting up on the podium, I feel as I get older, the more likely I am to tear up when the anthem plays. I don't know what it is. It just hits different. Knowing that each one could be my last, and knowing that it went so horribly not in my favor the last time I was in Tokyo, and now having such a great moment to relive and think about when I think about Tokyo.
Did you ever think about coming to this track, like think about 4 years ago, thinking that unfolded there?
Oh yeah, constantly. There's still quite a few places that we walk past that I'm like, that was the point where that was the long walk I had when I was disappointed after the race, or this was the route we had to take by foot instead of by bus when we were coming to the warm-up areas and stuff like that. But I feel now that they've all been corrected with happy memories.
And with U.S. winning titles in the men and women's 200 meters, how does that make you feel?
I mean, that's a joyous thing. We come out here as individuals, and of course, you want to see that your country does well, as I think most people do. So, again, seeing Melissa get that in the 200, it's an amazing thing.
And how much confidence does this give you ahead of the relays?
This has nothing to do with the relays. I wish I could tell you that, me running fast or any of us running fast individually gives confidence, but till that stick gets around to my hand, I cannot tell you anything about how confident I am. I'm just going to believe in everybody, but anything can happen in a relay. That's what makes them so fun, but we're all willing to put our lives on the line to make it work.
And to everything else, mind games, works, that means something or not.
Okay.
Add to everything else, of course.
I'm telling y'all believe that I play mind games more than I actually do. I do play mind games, but the ones that y'all claim to be mind games are not mind games. It's just me talking a lot. I promise you, they're out there, and you'll know them when they're directly in front of your face. But if you have to say, I think he's playing mind games. If you have to say, I think he's playing mind games, I didn't play mind games.
Was the Lion King hairdo yesterday part of your mind games, that you were going to go out and roar?
No, it has nothing to do with the competition. It has everything to do with me and the fans. This is my Goku hairstyle. When I'm jumping, when I'm moving, when I'm running, it's up in the air, and it makes me look like a Super Saiyan. It has nothing to do for them. I don't do things for my competition. I do things for me.
Okay. Getting energy from the people, right? Connecting with the crowd.
Exactly. Connecting with the crowd.
How has changed your status here, in your opinion?
How it changed my status?
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty hard to say that I haven't had a legacy in the sport after winning 4 world championships in a row. I mean, just saying, even if those were my only championships, that would be a legacy in itself. But this is number 7 right here. That's a huge deal. And somebody was talking about, now, me and Usain are the only ones who have done it in 200. I said, that sounds like GOAT talk. So we'll have to see as time goes on. I still have an amazing career ahead of me. We'll see how the story unfolds.
Noah, I wonder how you feel in a race like this. You've been in a position before where you're not coming off the curve ahead of the guys, but you're consistently able to remain composed. I wonder what's going through your mind as you're entering the home straight.
Somebody actually just asked me this a few hours ago, and I said I can actually probably have like 40 different thoughts in my head in a whole 200. The quick way to go about it would be like, okay, I'm getting out. Okay, I hit 7 steps in 10 meters. Okay, great, we're in a good position. Okay, now we're standing up. Okay, let's see. 1, 2, 3 hasn't been able to tuck their hips yet. Okay, 1, 2, 3 is trying to use too much energy. All right, we're gonna come off the turn. Okay, they did not put more energy into the turn coming off than they did going in. Okay, they're not going to come off with speed. All right, that's where I'm going to hit them. All right, we're at the 150 mark. Okay, maybe we're going to have to bring this down to the wire. Oh, no, he just bailed. All right, here we go. Now we're kicking. All right, finally hit the line. Don't dip, because I learned that dipping is a mistake. If you dip, you're losing speed, not gaining speed. So, yeah, those are a lot of the thoughts that I have in my head. Yeah, it's, again, like I was saying earlier, you never know when the next one is going to be your last one. This has been a very tough season for me, coming in with only 4 200s under my belt before getting to Worlds, being injured, and still having to constantly say, it's going to work out, it's going to work out, it's going to work out. You know, at some point you feel crazy. You know, you truly almost seem insane, like you're just talking to yourself, walking around like a madman saying, I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it, watch, I'm going to do it. And everybody's just like, okay, let me get a load of this guy. And then, yeah, so when it does finally happen and you know, gotten the medal, it's like, wow, I wasn't crazy. I did come out here. I did put my whole self on the line, and it did reap the reward that I wanted. And